Hey guys, some of the richest, most powerful bankers in history arranged a private meeting on a private island using fake names and wrote the plan to control your money that is still used to this very day, and people didn't know about it for decades. Most people still don't know this origin story. I'm Gigaqian and welcome back to our series on the Federal Reserve. Where we left off last time with the Panic of 1907, people were concerned as to how one man, JP Morgan, could bail out our entire economy. The man with the answer was Nelson Aldrich, a senator from Rhode Island. He brought the Aldrich-Vreeland Act, establishing the National Monetary Commission, which was basically a way of giving him free rein to study the central banks of the world, mainly Europe. Once Senator Aldrich had completed his studies, he arranged for a private meeting to take place at the Jekyll Island Club. This is not the Jekyll Island of today. It was an elite membership club counting JP Morgan among its members. Senator Aldrich and 5 others traveled under fake names by train to meet and arrange for what would become the Federal Reserve. 5 others were A.P. Andrew, Arthur Shelton, Henry Davidson, Frank Vanderlip, and Paul Warburg. These were not necessarily the most prolific figures in banking or in government, but their ties were immeasurable. These guys were connected to the most powerful people of the time and still used fake names at this meeting. After a week of deliberation, they settled on the Aldrich Plan. This would create a National Reserve Association. This would allow regional banks some power with a centralized authority, but people called it a banker's dictatorship. Eventually, in 1913, Woodrow Wilson was able to push through the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. This created 12 Federal Reserve banks, but the crazy part is it wasn't entirely government-controlled. This leads many people to call the Federal Reserve the creature from Jekyll Island. And if you want to get a little more conspiratorial, remember that famous quote from Teddy Roosevelt where he got pew-pewed in the chest and said, "It takes more than that to end a bull moose." He was running for a 3rd term. There was something he wanted to fight against, and his opponent, President Wilson, gave us the Federal Reserve. What do you think about all of this? I'm going to tell you what the Reserve actually did in the next video.